Maurice.
Yes.
Morris Day.
Yes.
When did you find time to write a book?
Hey, well, no time like the present.
Because you perform all the time. When did you sit down and write this book?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out myself, man. That was my biggest fear. I was like, the time commitment, no pun intended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I saw Tales from the Tour Bus. I saw Tales from the Tour Bus and the Morris Day episode. I saw that. Did that come out? Was that before or after the book?
We had really started writing the book. So at the time I did Tales from Tour Bus, David Ritz was there with me.
Okay.
So we kind of hashed the story out together.
Okay, so growing up, Morris Day was always cool. Did he always dress like a pimp?
Yes, but just not every day.
There were special occasions?
Oh, going to church and,
Going to church.
This book takes an interesting angle to your life story, and the book is called On Time, A Princely Life in Funk. And so you tell your life story, but also but your relationship with Prince is woven into the story. And I guess, from a professional standpoint, that only makes sense, but also from a personal standpoint as well. Was that how was that decision made with you and David Ritz as you were preparing to write the book?
Well, we just dove in. We just started talking. I started telling my story. And, as I told my story, I was giving my side of the story. And then a lot of times he'd say, yeah, well, because Prince and I grew up together as kids. Mm-hmm. And so we were friends and in the same band and did music together all the time. So, as I started telling the story, David just said, man, it would just be great to kind of resurrect his voice and personality and you guys talk at each other like that. And I said, man, that's a great idea. So we just we rolled with it.
It's a really interesting take on it, and you really can hear Prince's voice through this, Morris. And like all relationships, brother relationships, professional relationships, you have your ups and downs, and you talk about those moments, and when things were really good, and then when you and Prince weren't even talking, and at one point you're like, what do I call you when you call yourself a symbol? What do it's like
It's so funny, Morris, this Sherry Shepherd, I remember coming with girlfriends to see you in Vegas. And you were so amazing. And, of course, you didn't disappoint with the mirror. Who came up with the mirror bit?
Well, that was an accident. That we were rehearsing, and we were rehearsing the song "Cool." It was just released as a single, and we were going on our way out on tour. And at rehearsal, of course, I did the "Somebody Bring Me a Mirror." And at the time, Jerome Benton wasn't in the band. But he ran into the bathroom and grabbed the mirror off the wall and ran up to me with it. And we started looking at each other like, oh, no, this is in the show from now.
And I know Jerome loved that. Jerome was like,
oh, yeah.
It.
And you started out as a drummer. What pushed you to the to be lead singer?
Well, as you know, Alexander O'Neal was supposed to be the lead singer at the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
And he wanted more money than we could give him at the time, so he was out. And everybody was looking at me. Prince was like, man, you got to do it. And I was like, I don't want to do it. And he said, you got to. So anyway, I got pushed out there, and history from there.
And who replaced you as the drummer?
Jelly Bean. And I was happy about that because the way the original configuration was going to be, Jelly Bean was out. I was going to be the drummer, Alex was going to sing, and I was kind of upset about that. So when they did push me out there, we got to bring Bean in, and that just worked better.
One of the greatest drummers of all time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
This book is so good, Morris, and just want people to know it's called On Time, A Princely Life in Funk. It starts with Prince. The first word is Prince. And
Yeah.
and as I said, it's you weave him throughout the whole thing. But you also talk about your difficult times and when you all weren't even talking to each other, and you asked yourself, was it because you had no interest in becoming a witness?
Oh, Jehovah's
Oh yeah,
Witness.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was put on the table, and he was submerged, I guess, in that, and he kept trying to pull his people, I guess, close to him into it, and it just wasn't for me. So I couldn't even act like it was. So I just said, I have to pass on that.
Growing up as his friend, did he always talk like that?
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
Even as a kid, he talked like that.
Pretty much.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Maybe he didn't have as much bass in his voice, but he talked the same.
Oh,
Yeah.
now, how do we get the book, Morris?
You don't have it?
Kim Whitley doesn't have it, but I'd like to go get it because I support you.
If I'm not mistaken,
It's,
today is publishing day.
Today.
Yeah, today's the first day. Today is the official release date.
I didn't know you had that many freckles.
I didn't either.
How
Good.
old is this picture on the cover?
That picture is from about 83. They got to do the math on that one, Tom.
Well, it is a definite. A Morris Day book is always something that we are going to look forward to, and hearing your words and your conversations with Prince. It's called On Time: A Princely Life in Funk, and it is so good, Morris Day.
Hey, Morris,
congratulations!
you and Sheila E. gonna do another tribute? Tribute show to Prince.
I think we're done with the tribute for now.
Yeah, and I just want you to know, Morris,
missed
Sybil's
it.
the reader in the group.
All right, Morris.
Yes.
I'm gonna get that book.
COO.